Hello and welcome to the first Pork Talk of 2020. Today I'm going to talk a little about recent developments in pig prices. Over the past year, the SPP has increased by over 20 pence and recently broke through the psychological 160p barrier. Clearly the situation is much more favourable for producers than at the start of last year. As has been well documented, the strong export market enables this price growth. Increased demand from China has pushed average price of these exports up to about 183 pence per kilogramme in October, higher than the price at which we export product to a number of EU countries. Of course, this is still much lower than the price cuts trade at in the UK, but remember these shipments will still contain a lot of the lower value products that we typically export to Asia. Nonetheless, we are hearing that the prices on offer in China are increasingly bringing this market into direct competition with the domestic market for meat traditionally consumed here. This creates a difficulty, as domestic demand has struggled this year. Pig meat retail sales were down 4% on the year for the 12 weeks ended the 3rd of November. Prices have started to rise for some processed products, perhaps reflecting a lack of trim as less processing is done on products exported to China. However, in Britain, fresh frozen primary pork prices are still 1% lower than in 2018 during the period, and volume sales were down 5%. With this in mind, it is difficult to see how rising prices will be tolerated by domestic consumers. Processors and retailers may well find themselves struggling to negotiate prices that effectively compete with the export market. The big question is, how much will this draw product away from the British market to Asia? An increasing proportion of our production is already being exported. In the third quarter, exports equated to about 31% of UK pig meat production. Typically, about 28% is exported. Looking ahead, prices are expected to remain high this year, as Chinese pig meat production is expected to fall further, enabling more import demand growth. The latest EU medium-term outlook anticipates EU pig prices in 2020 will average 18% higher than in 2019. Growth may be particularly biased towards the first half of the year, as there are expectations supplies in China could be particularly short at this time as attempts at herd rebuilding limit the availability of pigs for slaughter. What with Brexit and ongoing ASF developments in both Europe and Asia, potential disruptors to this outlook remain. For more up-to-date information on the latest pig meat market developments, please visit the Prices and Stats section of the AHDB Pork website.